It is now January of 2026. We've been living this AI marathon for more than 3 years now. Every headline that you're reading has some sort of AI conversation being baked into it. Yet, all of you that are watching this are probably still scratching your head on how you can get started and not miss out on what I believe is the greatest technological opportunity in our lifetime. It is the reason why I spent so much time writing my book, The AI Culture Blueprint, that requires you to just think about how you and your organization are going to show up this year so you can take advantage of this incredible, abundant technology that is all around us. AI today is not so much a technology problem, it's a mindset and a cultural change that you need to first make for yourself, and then you need to make happen for the people around you. And I have had the opportunity to work in the technology space for over 20 years. I've worked in IT. I've done infrastructure work inside of data centers. I've worked tirelessly in the field of cybersecurity. I've worked in cloud deployments. I've worked with managing systems and networks inside of organizations and storage and memory and making sure that things are functional. And I have never seen a technology move at the pace at which AI is today. And it's important for you to think about this. AI is not just buying a chat GPT license, throwing in a few prompts, and thinking that it's going to completely revolutionize the way that you operate going forward. While it is a great stepping stone, we need to start thinking much beyond that. Your organization today probably has people in it that are already experimenting or trying AI, even if you don't have an official stance or perspective on it. Your staff and your team and your employees, they're not going to wait for change to be allowed inside of your organization. They're going to try it themselves. And either they're going to try and admit it because you've created a culture that supports experimentation and celebrates people taking action, or they're going to secretly hide it and put your organization's data at risk, put your reputation at risk, and put everything that you've built at risk because you don't have the proper guardrails to give your curious and innovative staff the safe space for them to try things to allow you to continue to stay competitive in the industries that you operate in. And there's no shortage of AI consultants that exist today. I say AI consultants because there's not really a barrier to entry to become an AI consultant. As long as you can get a nice AI generated website with a domain name and you can send out some emails, update a LinkedIn profile, and really just market out to almost everybody that has this FOMO right now, it's really easy to be able to do that. It doesn't require a lot of thinking. It doesn't require a lot of licensing or anything specific that would be a barrier to entry to do that. So if you're a business leader, regardless of the size of the organization that you're leading today, you want to be very careful with who you partner with in 2026 for your AI strategy, your AI cultural development, and most importantly, your AI implementation. It's not just identifying somebody that does not have a tech background that just knows how to plug in a few AI workflows in these no code AI platforms. You need somebody that has in depth technology experience. Proper AI deployment. It requires an understanding of AI culture inside of organizations and how to manage change and get awareness and education sent across a group of people. It requires an understanding of product and software engineering because you have to collect information about multiple data sources and connect them together and maintain those connections. You got to have some experience around cybersecurity because any security issues you have in your organization are only going to be amplified by AI, and it's going to create an awareness that you may not even be aware of. So you need to have excellent security fundamental understanding. You need to have an understanding about infrastructure. AI only exists because of hardware and cloud and other pieces of hardware that allow AI models to operate and provide fast responses to all of the people that access them. Think about the last time you submitted a prompt into ChatGPT. Instantly sends you back a response. We call that inference. That inference takes a ton of engineering architecture from an infrastructure and hardware standpoint to be able to do that correctly. So you got to have an understanding of infrastructure and hardware. You got to have an understanding of how you build product roadmaps and understand how you develop a software development lifecycle. Do you do discovery? Do you collect all the appropriate information initially? Do you test? Do you do user testing? Do you provide any type of rollback features? Do you keep security in the core of the app that you're building? You need to know how AI can mature and connect, right, to all of the different products and tools that you're using internally. You have to have an understanding of software engineering. AI is not just a plug and play, because if so, you're going to get yourself in a little bit of trouble not knowing exactly how software communicates. So you don't overwrite data, you don't delete stuff, you don't make mistakes that non-technical folks may not know how to do. You have to have an understanding of basic IT principles, right? How do you roll out things to users and collect feedback? How do you be sure that the hardware devices that you're using have continuous access to tools? How do you know which licenses of AI models to choose from? How do you manage billing and token costs? This is all just technology management in general. And then you have to have just basic business principles. You have to understand that finance people react to change very differently than marketing people. A seasoned group of C-suite veterans may take longer to learn something than a fresh class of new hires that just graduated from college. So you have to understand basic principles, human psychology, how people perceive the world, and you got to be able to communicate very technical things to a non-technical audience. A vast majority of all of you that are watching this are not technical buyers. You may not have the qualifications to choose between AI consultant A versus AI consultant B. So the only thing you all default to is price. And the old saying goes, you get what you pay for. Yeah, there's a bunch of AI tools out there that allow you to spin up websites with 2 prompts and create products with vibe coded tools, and you could become your own software engineer. But to seriously implement real AI inside of an organization successfully and be able to maintain it and sustain it for a long period of time securely and within budget, that is an orchestra that has to be directed very well, and it requires all of the skills I had mentioned before. So why am I saying all these things, and why did I reference my book earlier, and why do I continue to yell about AI on LinkedIn and on socials? Because it is absolutely transforming the way that we work. It is no longer an option for you to dabble and think about it and get to it when you think the time is right. The time is right now for AI usage. You have to identify the right partner. You have to identify the right momentum. And for all of you C-suite leaders that are listening to this, please, for the love of God, don't assign AI to your IT department or your CTO or your technology leader. Please don't just hire a AI enablement officer or chief AI officer just to handle it so you relinquish all responsibility from the C-suite to that one person. This conversation and this dialogue has to be owned by the C-suite, specifically the CEO, or if you have to, the CFO. Those are the names of people and the titles of people that have to own this AI conversation. You are the ones that have control of all the resources. You're the one that has all the energy. And quite honestly, you are the ones that have to model this change and this transformation of how we are going to rewire every organization on earth. So if you're still listening to this point in the video and you're excited and you want to talk about how you can engage with anybody from an AI perspective, here are 3 things you really should talk about and think about before you decide to go find an AI partner for yourself. Number 1, try to identify all the places where your organization stores data. Either you're using SharePoint or OneDrive, or you're using Google Drive or Dropbox, or maybe you're using tools like SAP or NetSuite or QuickBooks or HubSpot. There are multiple data sources within your organization. Data is like oxygen. Categorized and clean data is like gasoline for AI. If it's structured and available and visible, AI is going to fly very far for you. But if not, you have to have a plan to first clean up the data so it doesn't cause the AI to stumble. So that's the first thing you want to think about is your data strategy. Number two, you got to have a little bit of a basic understanding of how you secure your organization today. Are you creating the right security policies? Do you have a leader that's responsible for cybersecurity in the organization? Do you have proper password hygiene? Are you using two-factor authentication? Or does everyone have access to everything and you have no idea who's admin or not? The problem is these security gaps are amplified by AI. An AI agent or an AI tool will absolutely find all the permissions available to that intern or that office manager or that frontline worker to any folders or directories that they shouldn't have access to. So if somebody has access to an executive finance folder and they don't know about it, their AI deployment or their AI license absolutely will. So you got to have good understanding of proper and basic security hygiene. And last but not least, I talk about this in my book, which is the need to generate a proper culture around AI usage inside of your organization. And last but not least, I talk about this in my book, and I talk a lot about this online as well because it's probably the most important thing. You have to have cultural alignment around your why for AI. Are you getting AI because you want to reduce cost? Are you getting AI because talent is really hard to find in your industry? Are you looking to upskill your employees? Are you looking to compete even more in the industries that you operate in? You have to make this very clear, and it's got to come from CEO, CFO, high-level C-suite. They have to own it. They have to model it. They have to continue talking about it at every moment that they can within the organization. If you can do these three things really well, if you can identify where your data resides, if you can have an understanding of your basic security hygiene, and you can have great cultural alignment where everybody is rowing in the same direction, then you are going to be ready to identify the appropriate AI partner to work with. If you hire someone to have to do that for you, it is only going to prolong the process for you to experience the benefit and the value of artificial intelligence inside of your organization. So while I applaud you for being in this moment now, where you probably have used ChatGPT or some type of AI tool, those are very just individual productivity tools. The real value is going to come from deploying AI across your organization, across the enterprise. So hopefully what I shared here was important. Take a moment to check out my book, AI Culture Blueprint. You can get a copy at aicultureblueprint.com. I also run an AI consulting and development partner for organizations. We help you identify your AI strategy. We can help you create the roadmap, and then we can actually do the technical AI implementation within your organization, given our skills in software engineering, IT infrastructure, cybersecurity operations, and many, many other things. So Sagar like Lager, if I could be of assistance, let me know, and let's continue onward with this path to AI greatness.